to episode 60 of the Breaking Yarn podcast. My name is Michaeli. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and this is my podcast where I talk about my knitting, my crocheting, and my yarn dyeing. You can find me online at breakingyarn.com or anywhere on social media at Breaking Yarn. Today I have, I guess technically, 3 finished objects. 2 are very small and took basically no time or yarn, but I will still show them to you. And I have 2 whips and I found some of my acquisitions that I never shared last episode. So I will finally share those today. And I also have a giveaway winner for the Marie Schrader Fingerless mitts for someone who commented on last episode to announce. So let's just jump right into it. My first finished object is this little Musselburgh that I made for my son. I knit actually the child or adult small size. This is a pattern by Crochet Hooks, and I knit this for the Musselburgh Cal 2024 that is going on Instagram. On this side of the hat, I used Felici, which is a Knit Picks yarn. I believe it's discontinued now, which is really sad. When I went to go look it up, I believe they are no longer selling it. And but this colorway was called Zen, and yeah, I knit half of it with this colorway, and the other half I knit with Coin Flip is Sacred from my shop. This is one of my colorways, and I did that so that it would be a reversible hat. If you aren't familiar with the Musselburgh, it's a great pattern, and you can fold up the brim. And on this one, like, he has the stripes on one side, like on the brim, and then on the other side, when it's striped, he has the gray. And I just think it turned out so cute. This gray actually matches pretty well the gray that was inside the stripe, so they match pretty well. I am happy with how this turned out. We already got to use it. The weather suddenly just turned this week, I believe on, was it Wednesday? Tuesday or Wednesday, I was walking my daughter to school, and oh my gosh, it was so cold, it was windy, so we already got to use it. Although he likes to just fling it off too, so it's kind of a battle to like keep putting it back on him, but I do because I don't want him to get sick. So anyways, that is my first finished object. 2 other finished objects that are very small, like I mentioned. I was inspired by Kay from the Crazy Sock Lady. She posted in her stories that she made some bookmarkers, or bookmarks, I guess. And so I made a bookmark as well. This is a free pattern on Ravelry, and I just used scrap yarn. So right now I'm holding my book because I don't want it to lose where I'm at. But it's basically just a very simple, it's free pattern. I used a size 1, US size 1 needle. You cast on 15, knit, and then you go back and forth knitting flat, and then there's an option to do like a tapered edge where it kind of like comes together at the top, and I added this cute little tassel for mine like that. This yarn was leftover fuzzy What Knots yarn. I believe the colorway was called Rainbow Bright Lights. I haven't knit this in a while, but it is a fun colorway, and I will probably be knitting a few more of the bookmarks because I have a few books that need bookmarks. I usually just use a piece of scrap yarn because it's just like around, and usually if I'm like start a new book and then I'm like, oh no, what am I gonna use to like mark where I'm at, I either usually use a bobby pin, or I use a piece of scrap yarn. So now I have a cute little bookmark to use. And my daughter saw mine and really liked it, and so she picked out some yarn from my stash, from like leftover stash, and I knit her this one. I just finished this last night. I have not woven in my ends, and I have not made her a tassel or something to go on it yet. And I believe I just measured it, and I knit mine like an inch too short on both of them, but actually don't really think it matters. You can make it however long or short that you want. So I made mine, I guess, an inch shorter than it had recommended in the pattern, but I don't mind. And I did block this, wet block it a little bit. It is still trying to fold up on itself, but it's probably just the nature of the yarn, but I just need to add a tassel to hers, and then I will have that finished as well. These are really fun to knit, and they take like zero time. It's like, maybe it took me an hour to knit this or so. Maybe an hour and a half with the tassel. But usually, I mean, it's just like one long episode of a show or something. And you can get that done. So, and that's at my speed, at least. I don't knit terribly fast or anything. But yeah, super cute. Oh, this colorway, I believe, is from Granite State Yarns. Lauren of Granite State Yarns. I don't remember what it's called. Tropical something, maybe? Tropical something, maybe. It's in my stash, and I've knit some holly white socks out of this. Anyways, those are my finished objects. And I have 2 whips. One of them is new. We'll start with that one. This is a brand new colorway that is coming to my shop called Golden Moth. This is a bag that my friend Danielle of Midwest Stitches made for me. Isn't that super cute? And the inside has polka dots and stripes. Polka dots and stripes, it's so perfect. Anyways, I am knitting up a brand new colorway called Golden Moth, and oops, let me see if I can put this down. So I'm just doing a pair of vanilla socks, nothing fancy. I just wanted to knit this colorway during a Steelers game, and because it's also kind of like Steeler colors. And I actually am really like, wow, this is interesting with the way that the yarn is pulling too. Like it's going in a spiral so far. I just thought that was really interesting. But I use 9-inch ChiaoGoo fixed for my socks. And this colorway is half black, half white. I mean, half black, half white. Half black, half yellow. And it will be coming to my shop soon. I was hoping that I could get it out and released before this podcast episode, but I had some other yarn that I needed to dye up for a local yarn store here, and I kind of got off track with the release of this. So it's coming soon. Maybe it'll be released by the time the next episode is going. I will update you if that's the case, but Golden Moth is the next colorway that is going to come out, and I've been enjoying how this is knitting up. It's really fun. So what do you think of the new colorway? Would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And yeah, let me show you my second whip. My second whip is obviously one you've seen before, but it is my Zigzag Zen blanket for my daughter. I am on section 4, 6, 7, 8. I'm on section 8. I am still working on this. I love it. I also did a video. This pattern is called Zigzag Zen, and you hold the yarn double so that it's DK weight yarn, And I am using Holly White as my main color, held double. And all the pink accents are a very pink Christmas Advent from Suburban Stitcher. And I actually started, because I'm holding, so I'm doing it like where I hold day 1 and day 2 together, because it's kind of a fade. So if I hold day 1 and day 2 together to make it DK, day 3 and day 4, day 5 and day 6, etc., right? So then I got to day 12 like that, because it's 2 per day, right? I mean, you know, 2 skeins of yarn for 1 day. So if it's 24 skein Advent, then I made it to 12 days. And then I started again in this section with day 1 again, day 1 and day 2. So that one was down here. Since I used a very tiny amount of this yarn, I decided to go ahead and repeat with those yarns because I knew I would have enough for the days. So this side again is day 1 and day 2, and then day 3 and day 4. And then on this side, the side I'm working on now, it'll be day 6 and day 7, day 8, day 9, etc. And then I will, which will be these ones again, but up here bigger. And then I need to decide soonish how big I want to make this. Do I want to, like, I think I'll evaluate after I'm done with this next section if I want to keep going or if I want to stop. Yeah, because it actually is like this. This is how it is actually. So then I'll decide after I finish this section, is this big enough for her? Do I want to make it bigger? I might have to pull some more Holly White in order to do that, because I think I'm getting pretty low here. This is all I have left. Again, I'm holding it. Again, I'm holding it double, so I'm using a little bit of each one each time that I knit. So yeah, I have some decisions to make, but no, not to worry. I will figure that out. Last episode, I announced that I released the new pattern, Marie Schrader Fingerless Mitts, on Ravelry and on my website, breakingyarn.com. And here they are again. This is in the Marie Schrader colorway. And I gave away a pattern to someone who commented on episode 59. And that winner is Colleen from Selfish Knitter. She also has a channel here on YouTube. So congratulations to Colleen. I will be sending you a message, or maybe I think we've already messaged each other in stories on Instagram, I'm pretty sure. So I will just reach out to you to send you that pattern. Last episode, I had a few acquisitions that I was trying to talk about and explain, and thought I would be able to add in some B-roll afterwards if I could find them, but I did never find them. I never found them because I cleaned my office and I wasn't sure where I put them, and I obviously put them in a very good hiding place because I could not find them. But now I found them and I wanted to share them with you briefly. What I was talking about is this little yarn holder. It's like a acrylic disc with a stem and this this arm thing. But the idea is that you thread your yarn on here. I think you have to do outer pull with this because of how will it spin. But then when you're knitting, you can knit and walk with it. Or if you're doing color work, she suggested having like one on each arm to keep your colors separate. I just wanted to share with you. These are from Happy Creative. Hold on. These are from Happy Creative Studios. I believe she's in Utah. But she was here at Yarning doing a trunk show. And that's where I got these. I got all different sparkly ones. I got all different colored sparkly ones. This one is a multicolored purple, gold, and teal. And then I got purple sparkles and turquoise sparkles. And I got matching stems. You could mix and match. The whole idea was that you can mix and match the colors or the stems or however you want to do it. And you also get to pick your own wristbands. I did matchy just because I like these so much, and I figured I could mix and match them together because they actually all kind of coordinate anyways. So yeah, those are what I got from there. The other thing I purchased from her trunk show was some cute little stitch markers. I don't know if you can see these with the reflection. It's kind of rainy today, so the lighting might be a little funny, but there's like hearts and like a donut and like a to-go cup coffee and like in a cafe coffee as well. I'm just gonna say it's tea because I don't drink coffee. And this is the little balloon stitch marker that you got at each yarn store for doing the enchanted yarn crawl. Even though I didn't complete the crawl, I still purchased 2 stitch markers at the 2 stores that I went to. I also forgot to share these cute little things that I got from Monster Knits. This is a knit enamel pen. Hopefully you can see that with the reflections. And I also got, she makes these really cute 3D printed stitch markers that are like socks or like sock blockers really. And she lets you pick, she has an Etsy shop, I'll link it down below. She lets you pick if you want a lobster claw or if you want a leather black or whatever kind of like picture you want on it. She lets you pick that, which I think is really awesome. A while ago, I purchased a kit on Lion brand with this Pima cotton. This one is the colorway Dragonfly. I am going to be knitting the Polka Dot Tee. I'll insert a picture so that you can see what it looks like, but I am ready to start that. So if you would like to knit one with me in a color of your choice, I will put the link down below for you to get a kit. It is an affiliate link, so if you purchase through my link, I earn a very, very small commission, but it is a way to support my channel and what I am doing here on YouTube. So if you're interested in knitting at the same time I am, even though it's a summer top, I'm gonna knit it now because why not? Yeah, so I just wanted to put that out there in case you want to knit along with me. There was one more thing. Oh, Julianne Knitter and Knit Picks did a giveaway on Instagram, and I actually won it. I was very surprised. I don't think I've ever won an Instagram giveaway like that. But it was for her new ebook for her palette collection and a $50 gift card to Knit Picks. I have not received those yet, but I am looking forward to getting to look in those to see which one I'm gonna do. I know I haven't shared it much on my podcast, but I wanted to also share with you this month's colorway for the Long Dog Yarn of Enchantment. I've been getting the yarn every single month. I haven't done anything with them yet. My friend Courtney is so good. She's like knitting her socks every month and I have not done anything. They're all still hanged up, which I say is beautiful too. I just haven't had the capacity to do anything with them yet, and I'm okay with that. But I wanted to share this month's because it was really fun. It was the International Balloon Fiesta here in Albuquerque. And so she named this one October Balloon Fiesta. This is a merino sock, 85% extra fine merino, 15% nylon, 470 yards. But I thought she did a really great job on this month. I won't lie, I haven't been loving every single month that I'm getting them, but I've made it all the way to, I guess I already technically paid for November, so I'm just gonna finish out the year and then I will have the entire collection. But this one is a really good one, Balloon Fiesta. And since I talked about Balloon Fiesta last episode, I figured I would share that with you as well. I also recorded and put out a new video here on YouTube talking about 3 uses for the hole in your needle cable. I personally have the ChiaoGoo red lace interchangeable set, and I've been using that hole in the needle cable for different uses. And so I put out a new video. I'll link it up here for you in case you want to check that out as well. It's a fun little like tutorial and also just like information based for what you can do with it. So I think that's it for episode 60 of the Breaking Yarn podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for spending a little bit of your time with me, and I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time.